correspondence with the movement and worked closely with the organization. Over the years, she sought funding from different sources to no avail due to misconceptions about the status of the movement. These led to the changing of the name of the organization to Developing Women for Mobilization, with the consent of the leadership of the movement in all the regions. Comprising of those who were still active and aligned with the organization in the year 2013. This change efforts has maintained the status of the movement today. And for that, we, the women of the movement, vision and her lifelong commitment. Under her leadership, the movement grew from a small collection of dedicated empowerment organizations Ghana has ever known. Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings traveled from village to village, community to community, listening to the concerns of women, encouraging them and mobilizing them into a united force for progress. She introduced programs that touched every aspect of a woman's life. Vocational training that gave women skills to support their families. Microcredit schemes that turned small ideas into thriving livelihoods, preschool and daycare centers, health and nutrition programs that improve the well-being of mothers and infants, literacy projects that opened doors for thousands of women previously denied education. Her work reflected the words of Proverbs 31, which described a virtuous woman as one who opens her arms to the poor. This is who Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was, a woman of compassion, generosity, and action. Through these initiatives, she restored dignity, confidence, and hope to countless women who had previously been disregarded by society. To us, the women of the movement, she was more than an advocate. She was a mother. She believed in us even when we doubted ourselves. She pushed us beyond our comfort zones, taught us to lead with confidence, and reminded us that every woman had within her the strength to transform society. She celebrated our victories, corrected us with love, and never stopped encouraging us to aim higher. Even in moments of challenge, she displayed the resilience described in Isaiah 40:31. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Her strength renewed our strength. Her bravery fueled our courage. Even in moments of difficulty, when others chose to leave, when some members of the executives and the movement drifted away, she remained steadfast. She never allowed difficulties to dim her purpose. Instead, she chose resilience. She chose service. She chose to keep building with those who stayed, inspiring us with her humility, fortitude, and unshakable belief in the missions of the organization. Her life was a lesson of dedication. She showed us that leadership is not about titles or recognition, but about standing firm when it is hardest. lifting others when they are weary, and working wholeheartedly until the very end. She was bold, articulate, principled, and deeply dedicated to the people she served. She thought the wisdom of experience, the strength of conviction, and the hope of a brighter Ghana with many more women contributing effectively at the decision-making levels. Even beyond Ghana's borders, Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings stood as a symbol of African womanhood and leadership. She represented our nation in international forums, championing gender equality and children's rights. She brought global attention to the struggles of triumph of African women, securing partnerships and appointments. As we reflect on her, we see a legacy that is vast, enduring, and immeasurable. Her work lives on in every woman who gained economic and social independence through the movement. It lives on in every child who benefited from the DWM preschool, the parents who sent their children to the daycare so that they could concentrate on their works. It lives on in every community uplifted by her programs. It lives on in the laws she helped shape, the opportunities she gave many women of developing their careers. All these did not come without challenges, but the strength of her resolve took her through, holding our hands to keep moving. Today, though our hearts are heavy, we choose to celebrate her. God bless this nation with this woman of extraordinary purpose. We celebrate a visionary who paved pathways where none existed. We celebrate a mother who nurtured the dreams of countless women of different ages and backgrounds. We celebrate a leader whose dedication reshaped Ghana's social fabric, and we celebrate a life that continues to echo through every accomplishment of the 31st December Women's Movement. As we bid farewell, we take comfort in the words of 2 Timothy 4:7. I fought the good fight. I finished the race. I have kept the faith. Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings fought her fight courageously, passionately, and with unwavering faith in her mission. She finished her race honorably, and she kept the faith in her people, her movement, and her nation, and her God. We affirm our commitment to uphold her legacy. We will continue to work the work she began, advancing women's economic empowerment, protecting the rights of children, equality, and compassion. Her journey may have ended, but her vision remains deeply rooted in this movement. Her vision will continue to guide us. Her spirit will continue to strengthen us, and her work will continue in every woman and child whose lives she touched. Rest in perfect peace, Your Excellency, our founder, our leader, and our mother. Your legacy is eternal, and your spirit will continue to guide this movement for generations to come. Thank you.
Dearly beloved, we continue with the tribute, trusting that the rest of the tribute, the presenters will help us out. Congress, National Democratic Congress. Thank you.
Tribute to a trailblazer, Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. We've had full of reverence. The National Democratic Congress today bows to honor Agyeman-Rawlings. She was not only a first lady, she was boldness, political, social, and democratic landscape. From her early years at the Ghana Tourist Board and the Union Trading Company, she engaged directly with the struggles of ordinary women. These encounters ignited in her a fierce determination to fight for dignity, justice, and opportunity, especially for women whose voices had been ignored. In the restless Ghana of the 1980s, she did not stand at the margins. She stepped into the arena not merely to support a revolution, but to define one. A founding of the 31st December Women's Movement was one of the boldest acts of leadership in our national history. What began as an idea became a nationwide transformational engine that empowered women, millions of women, nurtured community leadership, and restored confidence in those who had once been invisible. Under her commanding and charismatic leadership, over 870 early childhood centers rose across the country. Today, thousands of adults in their 30s and 40s carry the gift of early education because Nana Konadu and her movement walked into their communities and planted opportunities where none existed. Her work was practical, personal, and profoundly transformational. Her advocacy went far beyond education. Through literacy drives, micro-enterprise programs, and legal reform, she helped thousands of women become informed earners and confident citizens. Her boldness influenced the passage of the Interstate Succession Law, PNDC 111, a watershed legislation many rightly call the Nana Konadu Law. She stood between widows and injustice, fighting to ensure that no woman was left homeless or powerless in her darkest hour. Her fearlessness also took Ghana to the world stage. At the 1995 Beijing conference, she spoke for the African girl child with a clarity and authority that commanded global respect. Above all, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings was a foundational pillar of both the PNDC and the NDC. She did not operate from the background. She was at the very center, organizing women, building structures, shaping strategy, strengthening grassroots, and helping give birth to a party that was not just political, but deeply connected to the people. The history of the NDC cannot be told without her name spoken boldly and with honor. She was not an observer of the struggle. She was an architect of its success. She was not a mere participant. She was a pillar, strong, unyielding, indispensable. The founding mother of the party. One whose influence could never be wished away, revised, or forgotten. When the time came, she once again defied all limits and became the first woman to contest the presidency of the Republic of Ghana. A testament to her courage and a lifelong message that leadership is not a man's birthright. Today, as we mourn, we also celebrate a woman who lived with intention, who spoke a truth without fear, and who served this country. In every confident girl who walks into a classroom, every widow protected by law and dignity, every woman who now knows she can lead, every community where early education took root, and every structure of our political tradition that she helped build with her own hands. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for the lives you uplifted. Thank you for the foundations you laid. Foundations that can never be erased from the history of the PNDC or the NDC. Your race is run, but your legacy endures. Your fire continues to burn in a new generation, unafraid to be bold. May your soul rest in perfect peace. Rest well, mother of the movement. Ghana is better because you lived. Thank you.
Thank you. We now take the tribute by the National Democratic Party. National Democratic Party. Thank you.
By the National Democratic Party in honor of Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, founder, visionary leader, and mother of modern Ghanaian democracy. With deep sorrow, yet profound gratitude, the National Democratic Party mourns the passing of our beloved founder and leader, Her Excellency Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, an exceptional woman whose life journey was marked by courage and humanity. Nana Konadu was not only a political icon. Justice and democratic reforms continues to shape the conscience of our nation. Her life was a testament of resilience, discipline, and unshakable belief in the potentials of the Ghanaian people, especially women and the youth, to drive national development. A pioneer of democratic governance, As Ghana transitioned from military rule to constitutional democracy, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings stood at the forefront of that transformation. Her voice, wisdom, and resolve were instrumental in national governance. She was a woman ahead of her time, forthright, fearless, and unafraid to challenge systems that marginalize women or compromise national integrity. Her political activism and leadership philosophy held as one of Ghana's most influential political figures. In founding the National Democratic Party, she reaffirmed her lifelong belief that democracy must serve the people with transparency, equity, and truth. The NDP was born out of her conviction that leadership must always uphold moral values, protect the vulnerable, and ensure justice for all. A legacy of women empowerment. Her Excellency Nana Konadu's contribution to women's empowerment are immeasurable. As founder and president of the 31st Women's Movement, she built an enduring legacy of grassroots transformation. Under her leadership, thousands of women were empowered through vocational training, microfinance initiatives, and educational programs that enhance self-sufficiency and dignity. Her advocacy extended beyond Ghana's borders. She championed gender equality at global platforms, influencing policies that advance women's rights and social protection across Africa. Her work gave rise to a new era of female participation in politics and governance, one that continues to inspire generations of Ghanaian women. A true national matriarch to the NDP, she was not only our founder, but our guiding light, a mother, a mentor, and visionary. Intellectual clarity and compassion, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings carried herself with grace and purpose, embodying integrity in both public and private life. She taught us that leadership is not inherited, but earned through sacrifice, courage, and the pursuit of justice. Her patriotism, coupled with unwavering advocacy for the underprivileged, reflected her lifelong commitment to national progress. She lived for Ghana, worked for Ghana, and left behind a legacy that will forever guide the path of National Democratic Party and the nation at large. A life that shaped a nation. Her Excellency's vision extended far beyond politics. It was about a building fair, inclusive, and prosperous Ghana. Her life's work championed the idea that sustainable democracy can only thrive when every citizen, regardless of gender or status, has an equal opportunity to contribute to national development. Her influence transcends generations, and her name will forever be inscribed in the history of our republic as a pioneer of women's liberation, a defender of truth, and a pillar of democracy. Farewell your extraordinary life, a life of meaning, sacrifice, and service. The National Democratic Party bows in solemn respect and gratitude for your leadership and wisdom. Your vision will continue to guide us as we uphold your values of justice, transparency, patriotism, and empowerment, the very principles upon which this party was founded. To our dear founder, mother, and leader, we say, your legacy is eternal. Your ideals rest peacefully. Your Excellency, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings, Mother of the Nation, trailblazer of democracy, and everlasting flame of the NDP.
Part one, tribute for this service. And the tribute is from the Old Achimotans Association, Combined Year Group, 66-67. Please, if you are here, you can just come here. The reader can.
May I respectfully invite all Achimotans, that's our custom, to come near the casket, attired or otherwise. We'll sing our school hymn before the tribute, and then the school song after the tribute. Thank you.
The rights will be abstained by the rights. When the children are seated, right, the school.
Thank you.
I'm just like
Great city of the outlaws here. was a born leader. While still a pupil, she marshaled the neighborhood children into a group called the Feather Club. They held parties, sang punk songs, and put on plays for their parents. Nana was a clear organizer and creative force, though her uncle Harry served as the official manager. She acted, sang, and danced, and even choreographed and performed ballets. In September 1961, she entered Agyeman School and was renowned. She also took leading roles in the popular Gilbert. Her early experience with the Feather Club proved invaluable in helping organize the annual Kingsley House Entertainment Night. Years later, some actors recalled being baffled by the ballet performances, their first introduction to the dance form. During the tribal drumming and dancing nights, Nana was as comfortable dancing Adwa as she was performing ballet or other types of dances. Queen Elizabeth II made a state visit to Ghana in November 1961, just 2 months after Nana had entered the school. With Agyeman on her itinerary, a physical education group was selected to perform for her. Polished by her GIS training in gymnastics and ballet, Nana was the star of the show with her lifts, her splits, and incredible handstands. But at heights, most girls ducked under. Valued during house practices, she would encourage and coach her less proficient peers in rounders, netball, and hockey. She also swam on Kingsley House teams and represented the school in local and international competitions. Agyeman offered many Girl Guides, Red Cross, and school choir. She managed her time well, never neglecting her studies. In Form 5, she and a group of girls will spend hours in the peace of the house mistress's study, reviewing past questions from the West African Exams Council. Although we were on helping each other master the material in the hope of collectively outperforming our perceived rivals at Aburi and Wesley Girls High Schools. There was still time for fun, particularly in Kingsley House, which Nana had chosen because her older sister, Nana Yai Chan, neighborhood in GIS friends, quickly expanded her circle of friends. She wisely warned the new girls, or Nilos, about the various forms to the protection of Sister Yacha and her friends. We experienced to younger girls who looked up to her and competed for her attention. She was a member of several soaking groups without ever gaining weight. One room, singing and dancing to rock and roll with friends. To those who knew her best, she was creative, sociable, and the life of every party. But by contrast, some other students perceived her as quiet and reserved. If there was a budding relationship between Nana and her classmate Jerry John, it was so well concealed that most of us were astounded years later to learn they got married. In sixth form, many assumed Nana would be the obvious choice for entertainment to be Kingsley House prefect, a decision that reflected her overall leadership qualities, her popularity, and the fact that the younger girls saw her as a role model. A good school helps students identify their talents and nurture their potential. Nana Konadu took full advantage of everything Achimota had to offer. It's an exceptional art school led by Kofi Antubam, strong academics, great sports facilities, and numerous extracurricular activities. She continued to develop her interests at the then University of Science and Technology, UST, which she entered in 1968. As one of fewer than 80 women in African Hall, a hall that had opened the previous year. She threw herself into her art studies and participated in several sports, representing UST in the Ghana Inter-University and West African University Games. In her second year, she ran for African president, came with automatic membership of the Student Representative Council, SRC. She was re-elected twice, serving for 3 years, including as SRC Secretary during PV Obey's presidency. While advocating for the entire student body, she still found time to organize highly dance. Her time at UST capped her education in Ghana, which prepared her well for a future she could not possibly have anticipated. Nana and Jerry John stood with us after we left Achimota School, helping to raise funds for our 25th and 50th anniversaries, always committed to giving back to the school that shaped us. As we look ahead to Achimota's centenary celebration, their absence will be deeply felt. Nana, we will miss your spirit, your dedication, and your presence as we honor the legacy you helped us build. On behalf of our schoolmates from GIS and UST, but especially from the 7 years she spent in the Grace City, for helping us win, encouraging us to do our best, and for entertaining us with her singing and dancing. We cherish the memories of our time together. Rest in peace, dear Accra. From Gambanga to Accra. She would guide us all and each, so to learn that we may teach. Play the game, shout she's the head of all she's the
Thank you very much, Old Achimotans. Dearly beloved, let's hold ourselves in readiness to take the final tribute.
Tribute by His Excellency the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The life and legacy of a truly remarkable woman, Nana Konadu Agyeman-Rawlings. She was a towering national figure whose influence